Now, in New York, world leaders are gathering at the United Nations headquarters with one issue topping the agenda: the worst global refugee crisis since World War II. Now, spurred on by what's happening in Europe and the Syrian war, the UN is hoping to come up with solutions to help the estimated 65 million displaced people around the world.
Refugees and migrants are not to be seen a burden. They offer great potential if only we unlock it. We must place the human rights of all refugees and migrants at the heart of our commitment.
Well, meanwhile, the World Bank has backed a proposal that would see permanent cities being built for refugees instead of traditional temporary camps. Now, to take a closer look at this, I'm joined by Craig Copetas, who's in Paris, our editor-at-large. Craig, what is so important, what is so different about this proposal?
This is a remarkable proposal in coordination with the think tank Chatham House in the UK. It's based on two staggering statistics, Matthew. There are currently 65 million displaced people on Earth, and the average camp stay is 17 years. So what the World Bank has come up with is a plan to create what they call refugee charter cities. Now, what that is for countries who have more to offer in the way of money and opportunity should create essentially a city-state within their nation which is made up of refugees from different parts of the world. It's very controversial.
I think a lot of refugees would probably welcome such an improvement in their conditions, Craig. The Chatham House you mentioned said that 9 out of 10 people live in settlements that lack access to electricity, and most do not have light at night. I mean, that's a terrible statistic for the people who live there. Now, they're suggesting, the World Economic Forum is suggesting that entrepreneurs come forward and help build these cities and use sustainable energy and so on. This is quite an interesting proposal.
It's a fascinating proposal, but one again wonders, will there be political will on the national front to create these what are known as trustee nations within nations for displaced people? You're absolutely right about the energy component. There are some camps where the people exist only on 1 candle per day. But this report understands that there are going to be major political roadblocks here. In fact, it says, quote, that what they want to do sends politically undesirable signals to the host country when proposed too early, which is bureaucratic speak to say, we might not propose this right now, but we're going to propose it, and you folks need to get behind it.
And is the point that if you say to a host country, make these tents permanent, turn them into something more permanent, the structure, the infrastructure, the sanitation and so on, you're basically telling them this is going to go on for many years?
Right. It's treating the symptom as opposed to the disease.
Right.
Which are the wars and poverties which create this displacement. Now, there's a long history of this. The City of the Dead in Cairo has been around for centuries, and there are, of course, newer cities like this. But this will be on the agenda at WEF, but I think it's going to be real hard to get political traction on it.
OK, Craig Copetas in Paris. Thank you very much for that.